you all right?
Yeah.
Breathe, buddy. Breathe.
I sprinted.
Sprinted from where?
Yeah, I really did. From this dining / podcast / auditorium, this pod dining-torium.
Where are you? Are you? Blink twice if you're safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. Okay. So then I made it down the hallway into the bedroom while ripping off one hoodie to put on a different shirt. And hi, we're going to represent Darkness. There we go.
You changed right before the show too, right? I always the 10 minutes before because you and I get on about 15 to 30 minutes before we get kicked off. And
we?
We try to. We try to.
Do we?
We try. You're usually the late one. Don't start that one.
Don't you start.
Don't start that narrative.
No.
This episode,
that
sir.
narrative.
If one of us is the chronically late one, it has to be you.
I was sitting here waiting.
Well,
7:30 on.
You were on Discord for some reason. And I'm like,
streaming,
what are you doing
that way
there?
So that way all you had to do was click a thing on your phone and you could see my friendly face while I was streaming Zelda. Or maybe I was being Ivor of the Raven Clan.
Being who?
Ivor.
Ivor of the Raven Clan?
Yes.
Okay, what game is that from?
Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So you're...
Although I don't like to call it that.
Why?
I just call it Valhalla. I don't believe it plays like an Assassin. Assassin's Creed, the ancient series, as it's kind of known, the Valhalla, Odyssey, and Origins, Egypt, Vikings in England, and Greek history, like those don't play like Assassin's Creed games. They play like RPGs or The Witcher almost. Like they're good as what they are. And I'm playing that game as a freaking Viking, and it's badass. It's a hell of a story.
So, those games, from what I understand, from what I know, not from what I understand, I know those games bounce around time frame to time frame, different parts of history.
Yep.
As the audience,
this one is the beginning of King Harold in England, in Norway. Or King Harold in Norway, and then the Vikings coming to England. The sons. It's after Ragnar, because the sons of Ragnar are who you're working with at this time in the timeline.
That sounds super metal. It's after Ragnar and the sons of Ragnar. Did you ever
Ivar
see?
And Ubar.
Did you ever see the movie Airheads with Brendan Fraser, Adam Sandler, and Steve Buscemi? What is your them on that movie?
I thought it was funny.
Okay, it's probably one of my top 20 favorite comedies of all time.
It's them all before the work that everybody really knows them for. Even Steve Buscemi, Adam
Sandler had already, I think, done. He'd already at least done, I think, Billy Madison by that point.
Had he?
Hold on. Let's look this up.
Because I didn't think he was that whole, here we go to be Adam Sandler. The guy, I don't know.
Adam Sandler, IMDb.
You don't need to go IMDb. You just need to say.
Then I can look at his I wanted to say discography, but it's not discography.
His complete filmography.
His filmography. Let's look at him as an actor.
The filmography. Riveting stuff on the show tonight.
So Airheads came out in 1994.
1994.
No shit, Billy Madison came out in 1995. You're right. Airheads was pre Billy Madison. You're right.
You're right.
And that was proto
Baggins.
Proto Baggins.
Yeah, it sounds like Bill.
That's the other Hobbit.
That's the Matrix version of the Hobbit. Yeah. Proto Baggins.
Baggins.
We need to start drinking. There's a problem.
So what are you drinking?
I don't know. I have two options here. Should I go with what's on the left or the right? Both of them I've had on the show in the last month.
Right.
Ooh, hello. We're going right back to the Pachuga. Pachuga.
Titty whiskey. It's 5 minutes in.
Titty whiskey. It's less than 5 minutes and you've already said titty whiskey.
It's not even whiskey. Is the
It's a
funniest
nice
part.
smoky mezcal.
Okay, so this is the second week of the titty mezcal.
Yes.
Thoughts?
Um, I tell you what, I think it would be very good for anyone who's trying to get into mezcal.
Okay.
It doesn't hit you as smoky as some mezcals can come off as holy crap. That's like people when they taste a mezcal and you go it's smoky, they're like, okay, I like smoky. Like they always sip it and they immediately go, oh,
that's
smoky. Like, yeah, it's literally this has almost been made off of your grill. Like liquid smoke. But this one doesn't hit you with as much of that right off the bat, and it's very sweet smelling. Then you get almost a savory, like that's where I kind of get the flavor from maybe the meats. Now there's a tingling of like cinnamon.
The smell of the meats.
Sweet, and now it's sweet. I don't know. It's such a quick array of flavors. It's very unique. So yeah, that is the U-Ball, Earth and Fire, Pachuga, Breast.
U-Ball, we ball. They all ball.
Wow.
What was the?
What are you balling
Ice
with?
cream. You
There's
scream.
our segue.
We all scream for ice cream.
Oh God.
I'm actually drinking out of the dad decanter. The dad.
You're
joke.
just drinking out of the decanter.
Well, no. I'm drinking the whiskey out of this, which is Evan Williams White Label. Drinking it on the rocks.
Evan Williams
drinking
White
on the
Label.
rocks.
100 proof.
Yeah.
Anything 100 proof, I usually like at least a rock or two in.
I always used to drink my whiskey straight, but I've noticed as it's been getting colder, it sounds silly, but it's like the inverse. As it's been getting colder, I want my whiskey on the rocks. I think it's not just the temperature change. I think there's something about the colder weather. I think this.
You want to sound like an old man in a chair?
Yes, that noise. That fantastic.
Do you grumble? Do you make noises when you get up and stuff like that?
I do. I do. I put my hands on my thighs right above my knees when I push up,
geez.
and then usually I give a, and then I go on and I move about.
No words yet. No like, oh boy, oh doggy.
I do the old man thing every once in a while now, where I'll drink a beverage, look at it, and just kind of remark at its glory. Kind of the take the drink of water, and you're just like, that's good. And just kind of like praise and acknowledge the beverage there in the moment. That feels like a very old man action. I think that was a Seinfeld episode.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Melissa has called me out for the old man noise. I grumble a lot, and I don't realize I do it. Like I just about everything. Like, like that.
Realize you do it.
I mean, I realize I
the entire time we hang out together, the entire time we spend together, 90% of it is you.
That's just bitter. I'm bitter. I don't know why.
No shit.
You shut up. Anyway, so how's your Evan Williams White Label? Bernie Lovers would love you. Anytime I think of anything bonded, it's Bernie Lovers. Yeah.
Hell of a guy, and that name is. Some people are gonna go who?
Yeah.
But
most people are gonna go who?
Yeah, but Bernie Lovers, great whiskey knowledge person, whiskeyprofessor.com, does great things, writes great things, knowledgeable, purposeful. Met him years ago. We got to hang out with him a few times. Really good dude.
Yeah. So,
how's your
you know what I've been playing? You know what I've been doing? I was on my Viking. I was on my Zelda there a little bit.
What was his name? Ula Pachula?
Eivor. Pachuga is the mezcal.
Pachuga's the mezcal.
Eivor is the Viking.
Acorn. Eivor. I love the names. So who was the character before Eivor?
In
the game before Eivor. It was
the game before or in the timeline before
the game before. Like, who did they sell you before they sold you Eivor?
It would have.
I hate to word it like that because it's humans. But like the character, who was the character in the game before that?
Oh, it would have been. I can't think of his name. It could have been a he or a her, actually, because you could have chosen the brother or the sister, and it was Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which takes place. You're a Spartan. You're a Spartan child that was cast off to be killed, and you survive.
Have they done a caveman one yet?
No.
What? Why
There's
is
not
what?
Assassin's
Why is that? Why is that? No. Why
because
is that,
the
why is that
Assassin's
stupid?
Order started at a specific time for a specific reason. I don't think the Templars and the Order of the Ancients, which evolved into the current Templars, or the Templars as we knew them, I don't think there was a version of them that were trying to control caveman times and the dollar and the thinking of the cavemen.
Wheel versus square. Are we going to make a wheel, or are we going to make a square? What are we going to put?
Well, we obviously made a wheel because
well, yes,
we have
but
cars that aren't going,
there we go. There we go. That's the new game. It's Assassin's Creed UG.
Assassin's Creed UG.
UG. UHG. That's the character. You're UG.
He's got a rock. He's got a rock tied to his wrist.
Yeah. Oh my God. He's got a rock.
And he just comes down and clubs him like that.
And you got to climb up a brontosaurus neck, and that's the thing you have to climb on to see the map.
You do your synchronize
to get the additional map, and then you dive off the brontosaurus neck right into because people wouldn't.
You've already shown me that you know more about Assassin's Creed than I thought you did. From the idea of the synchronization point.
Follow me this.
Follow
me this though. So you flip off the brontosaurus neck, and you land in only no longer used dinosaur egg nests. So you like flip. It's because we don't want you like smashing and killing baby dinosaurs every time you do it, but it's like it's specifically an abandoned nest. So it's just like a little patch of grass.
That would be the saddest Assassin's Creed. Is a falling caveman into eggs that have yet to hatch.
Assassin's Creed omelet.
Oh.
So okay, hold on. So you're a caveman. You've got the rock on the string. You do the synchronization on top of brontosaurus necks. But who's the historic? Because there's like you meet like Da Vinci in one game.
Yes, there's all these historic Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
There's all these historic tie-ins. Who's the historic tie-in in the caveman world? You're UG. You're UG the caveman. Fred Flintstone. Fred fucking he's the guy who sells you shit. He runs the shop. They don't call him Fred. They don't call him Fred Flintstone. They call him Fro. So that way it sounds like a caveman noise. It's UG and Fro.
Mm-hmm.
See? Yeah. Come on.
Oh God! Every now and then you are a humorous son of a bitch.
And then when you transport back into that white room, there's like when you're back in was it Desmond, whatever his name is?
Desmond died. Desmond's no longer along.
Okay, so I didn't play that. I didn't play that many of them.
The end of the Ezio trilogy ended Desmond's story, and almost in some of the games like Black Flag and stuff, you yourself are the person. You're seeing it from a first-person point of view, and you go lay down in the Animus, and then the game kicks in. But because now the company Abstergo has found that they can make all of these Animuses, and maybe the idea of getting into someone's genes and their DNA and being able to see past events, we can use this for entertainment.
Somebody's genes.
We can, yeah, thanks, Mike. But they could use this for entertainment, of course. So there you go. Instead of movies, now you're actually watching historical footage that is removed from the DNA memories of people. And so that's what they're doing, is they're taking different people and going through their ancestors' memories, and that's how it's evolving.
Like anything else that's going to be used very bad at some point, because somebody's eventually going to be like, you know what, I'm gonna rent out Jeffrey Dahmer's memories. Hey, you want to be Genghis Khan for a weekend? Like that eventually goes bad if you start marketing that.
It depends on what part of Genghis Khan's life. Genghis Khan had the.
Do you think there was like a Genghis Khan? You think there was like Lil Genghis? Like there was like that period of time? Like
well, of course there was a little Genghis, because there were lots of little Genghises. He has more followers ancestrally than anybody. I think.
You think there was like a Bobby's World version of his life where he was just like LIL Lil Genghis running around like just causing mischief?
It was the bow and arrow with the suction cup on it.
Genghis the Mengus.
The little suction cup bow and arrow, and he's riding on the back of one of those like hobby horses.
Oh my God, yes! And he's just always conquering the neighbor's lawn. He's like
I ne-
enslaving their dog.
I never know what we're going to talk about, but I'm always disappointed afterwards. So anyway, what have you been doing?
So I just got back a couple days ago from Louisville, Kentucky. I actually went on a trip. It's my daughter's fall break. So we took her on a trip for a few days, saw some interesting things.
Nice.
Went to an amusement park, went to Kentucky Kingdom. I'm wearing an amusement park shirt right now. Something we've
The
learned
Beast.
is that my daughter's into like roller coasters. She's into amusement parks, into thrill rides.
Are you into
So
roller coasters?
I am by proxy. Someone's got to ride with her. We can't take her to
No.
these places and make her
No.
ride everything by herself.
No. You throw that child on that roller coaster and say, I will see you at the exit, baby doll. You want daddy to hold the stuff, and you hold her stuff, and she ride. That's telling you. Let me tell you that's how I would parent. Because you know what? Screw those coasters. A person made them, and people make mistakes. They may have forgotten a screw.
So
And I don't have a brake, and I don't have control.
I don't do like I can't do the drop towers or like some of those kind of crazy things. But between me and my wife, we do we'll pretty much do every roller coaster that there is. I don't mind them. I don't mind a roller coaster as much. Yes, it's a man-made thing, but in 2024, and especially going now, you notice how often they shut them down to inspect them, to check them. They like it used to be when I was a kid, you didn't know when they did it. Now at the park, they'll shut like at Kings Island, they'll shut a ride down and for a little bit and run some test runs, and they send the dudes out there to do all the things, and then they kick it back up and it keeps going again. They're
That's
very
great.
well maintained.
Yeah. Okay, so we've tested it 5 times. What if it fucks up on the 6th?
It's your time.
It's your time.
It's your time.
And you know what?
Can't fight that.
It wasn't my time while I was holding all my friends' gear.
An aneurysm could snap in your brain now, immediately. Boom! Right on this podcast on YouTube.
But I hadn't.
Ooh, the viewership on that.
But I had
one of us just
my
goes
pants
right here.
in fear beforehand.
What?
The difference would be that I hadn't peed my pants out of fear beforehand. Like I would just go.
So
that's fine. But I would have to deal with the fact that I could not stop whatever is happening with my body. I would pass out. I would pee. I would probably crap. All things would happen. All orifices would just explode at the same time out of fear. I do not want to be ever on a roller coaster.
We found this wonderful inverse because it's been very well established up to this point that I am not the outdoorsman, that you are the outdoorsman, and that is the place where I'm a little like, I don't know, what is this? I'm insecure. Knowing now your lack of experience with a roller coaster or with an amusement park, I think that's a funny difference. You keep talking about wanting to get me camping, wanting to get me in the woods. I want to get you to a roller coaster now.
You can kiss my ass.
Now I want to get you on the Beast.
I quit the show.
There's different.
I don't want to be your friend anymore. I quit the show.
So
it's over.
A carnival. Is there any ride at a carnival you would get on?
I've gotten on like the scramblers and the things like that.
Okay.
Water slides, no problem.
Okay.
Give me things.
Really?
I was a swimmer. I don't know why. I'm comfortable with the water, but the cart and the. I don't. Okay, you know when you're driving in a car,
right,
and you go over that little tiny hill real fast, and it feels like your stomach just pulls up into your chest. You know that feeling? Like you feel that weird in your gut. Like I don't know. I don't like that feeling. Some people like that feeling. That feeling, no.
So,
no.
That's fascinating to me because we went to Kentucky Kingdom. It was first off, it was what was called Pumpkins. It's their fall festival. So like not only were the rides there, but they had like displays. Like one, they had a gigantic spider made out of pumpkins that was like 10 feet wide. They had a gigantic cat at certain points. All these cool displays throughout the amusement park.
I have a story about pumpkins as well. We will get to it shortly.
Yeah, and it's a new amusement park. So like we haven't been there before. Not brand new, but like we have never been there before. So it was fun getting to see that. They have specialty fall foods, all kinds of things. My wife and I, we ended up getting the fall food pass where you buy it ahead of time and you
Thanksgiving
get
biscuits and gravy.
not necessarily you get an entree and two snacks and honestly there was about 30 items to pick from throughout the park that you could get with
Nice.
this pass. So like I got at one point like we got like a pumpkin chili nachos at a certain point. They were okay. It was kind of just like regular you go to the hockey game chili, but you could tell they mixed like pumpkin in it and put it on chips, which was fine.
This is my family, real quick, by the way. They know I'm doing the podcast,
Right.
but they don't have the password for Hulu at the moment, and would like me to give them the pass. So if you wonder why I'm looking down right now, or later on, should like my mother want to tell me you were looking off the camera on the pod for something? No, it's because you guys wanted the password for Hulu, and I just sent it to you.
Give them
And,
the password just on there. Just give them the password here. What's the email address and the password for Hulu?
No, because they're not watching.
Oh, they're not. Oh, that's right. They're not watching. They're actually don't
They're
give
trying
it to
to get
them.
into Hulu.
Don't give
They're
it to
trying to
them.
get into Hulu.
So they can't watch Hulu. They have to watch this.
Yeah,
So,
right.
We go there and they had all kinds of things. Like honestly, I had a bacon maple pecan funnel cake.
Wait.
Right? A funnel cake.
Maple,
Bacon, pecan funnel cake. So
was
a
it
funnel
like
cake.
pieces of bacon and maple on top of a funnel cake, or was it
funnel
built
cake, caramel sauce,
in?
bacon,
Wow.
and then a scoop of butter pecan ice cream in the middle of the thing.
Jesus Lord.
And then, like, it was one of those days. I don't eat a lot of gross fried food anymore, but we did nothing but walk around and just eat.
But I made up for it that day.
I made it because that's all it was. That's all it was. It was like so we got that. We got a different funnel cake later in the day that was like an apple pie funnel cake. We've got like some kind of fries at some point, and then we got an apple bread. An apple cinnamon bread. Apparently, Dollywood is very famous.
You got to the point where you're just eating bread.
Well, it's like a loaf of like sweet dessert bread, like a cinnamon bread, but like apparently it's the same bread they serve at Dollywood. So we got a loaf of that, and we still have that downstairs. We brought that home from the trip.
Well,
We
what
didn't
a
even touch
cheap
that
thing
until
from,
we came
get your
home.
own. Get your own bread. Be Kentucky Kingdom's bread. Don't be Dollywood's bread.
Well, it's supposed to be really good bread, and it's supposed to be that you can get this really good bread also here as well.
So try to make your bread better.
They did. They gave bourbon icing with it, so it was pretty good.
Touche.
So we did all of these. We ate all this food. We walked around all day. We rode all of these new rides, all of these new roller coasters. One big one was called Storm Chaser, and the fun thing about that is, see, this is the kind of roller coaster that I would like to get you on. It's a wood and steel roller coaster, takes you up a hill, and then essentially starts with a spiral straight down. You have seen a photo online of me on this coaster, on this roller coaster.
Oh, yes.
In fact,
Can you
hold
pull
on.
that photo up? Do you have that photo to show
Let me
people?
share this, and let me make sure this is sharing with you as well.
Oh, I don't care. I've seen it.
You should be able to see that as well.
I see your Google bar. That's not a great thing to show people.
But this is
Wow.
myself and my daughter on Storm Chaser.
You look like you're dealing with violent diarrhea.
I have
You're
never...
holding on.
Well, here's the thing. There's nothing to grab onto. They give you a seatbelt, and then a bar comes down that wraps... It goes on both sides of your legs and your thighs. It goes in between your legs and then wraps around your knees. So your legs are strapped in. You have a belt around your waist. There is nothing... I'm grabbing onto the bars that I'm not supposed to grab onto right there because there's nothing.
Yeah.
It just takes off, and you're just strapped onto the seat, and it spirals, and it twists.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Well, I want you to see what this roller coaster does.
How? Oh, no.
So imagine, if you will,
This guy. I already feel it coming on.
this thing. Hopefully, this is the part in the show where the first time I try out the screen share feature, and it'll give me like a commercial for like.
Oh, 100%. You're about to get a commercial. Are
It's
you
gonna be for
serious?
like. Well, it's gonna be from.
You should have had this. You should have had this already pulled up,
Yeah.
and you could have paused it,
See,
No.
it was going to be for it's. I was hoping at least it wasn't for something like boner pills or something that would have been even better. But here in a moment, we're going to show a POV of this.
Ladies and gentlemen,
coaster.
What not to do on a podcast.
So, all right. So it takes off. It starts here. First off,
Okay.
look at this.
Yeah.
This is wood and steel. The track is steel. It's got wood everywhere. All those little twists you see in the background, those are spirals that you're about to do. Corkscrews.
Okay. Wood rots. Steel rusts. Could fall apart.
They have to maintain it. They have to keep it up with it. They don't just get to like go, okay, it exists, and we never have to fix the thing again.
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah.
This is the part where. Yeah. This is where. No.
This was a very loud hill the entire time.
Yeah.
But bear in mind, I got a seatbelt on, and then my legs are strapped in, and that's about it, bud.
This is the problem for me, is the anticipation of what's at the top of the hill. Because there is one roller coaster I did. Pause it real quick right here, if you don't mind. This is the moment that I would hopefully go unconscious.
So this is Kentucky.
If you've ever seen the videos where people go unconscious, like while they're like, usually it's that ride where they like spring them up in the air like out of a slingshot.
Mm-hmm.
I would want to go here because just that feeling in the gut is terrible. There was a ride, the last roller coaster I was ever on, and I never really went on them, but I got talked into going onto a little one called Adventure Express at Kings Island.
That's still around. That's one of my favorite coasters.
That thing hurt my thighs so much. It just keeps giving you Charlie horses and jerking you around like this and that. And then at the end, you're going up this hill, and there's these guys going, they're playing these drums. And what happens is you come out the top, and it doesn't do anything. But
it is very anticlimactic. It is very anticlimactic.
The assholes that I'm with are like, do you know this is one of the record drops for a children's coaster? I was like, this is a children's coaster? What do you mean it's a record drop? As we're going up, they're like, get ready. Okay, hang on. The fire spray. I'm like, what's the fire spray? And like they say all this stuff, and then just all of a sudden it comes out like, you're done. Like, I never rode a roller coaster again. Because there is going to be a roller coaster with the fire spray and the drop that's going to be a record, and the bullshit that you're talking about. Hit play. Sorry, go ahead. Show me the bullshit.
This is a drop. You'll see here, first thing it goes into, spiral.
Is it a corkscrew?
Corkscrew.
Oh,
corkscrew.
No.
And then you're down, and then you bunny hop back up. You're weightless right here. You come out of your you come out of your seat. Another spiral, upside down. This is like the funny thing about this amusement park has a street that runs through the middle of it. This is on two sides of a road, the two sides of the amusement park, and you have to like cross the road and go on the other side of the another spiral. It goes down.
That's pretty cool.
It goes up.
Okay, this is too much.
Yeah. But this is what my daughter and I rode. I have not screamed this hard in a very, very long time. This is an intense ride. This is a gripping. I had a lot of fun. This was probably my personal highlight. My wife and daughter also really loved a ride that was called Lightning Run.
Yeah.
That was a hyper coaster kind of. See, now I'm thinking that
in the chat here real quick, you said you want me camping. Or no, I want you camping. You said you want me on a roller coaster. Bob says he wants us both on a disc golf course. I have no problem with that. I'll play some disc golf.
Yeah, a disc golf course doesn't feel like anything that would be problematic. A disc golf course just straight
up.
Is
Bob saying we can't walk a lot?
I know, like, what's the problem there? He's like, I'm gonna get Tubby out in the woods. I'm gonna give Tubby a disc golf opportunity, and then we're gonna watch Tubby go, come on.
Why do you gotta say that is not Bob's voice? And if that is Bob's voice, he's no longer my friend. Like, I want you to know that.
If that's what he sounds like, we're not friends. So this is another real highlight of the park. This is Lightning Run.
No, the real highlight is the fact that on the show you are showing these commercials for Liberty Mutual, and everything like that as well. Because I just glanced down to catch up on what was being shown, and you gotta have these paused and ready to go, man.
I'm not paying for YouTube Premium for this. Are you kidding me? Either way, the commercial would show up.
YouTube Premium, you just watch the commercial, hit pause, wait for the show to begin, and then all you gotta do is click and hit play.
But how about this drop?
I think. Oh no, fuck off, bro.
Look at that.
There's no reason.
There's for fun. The reason is fun.
So is camping.
Not really.
So is just going out in the woods for no reason and setting up a hammock or a tent.
Okay, I'm glad you put the hammock or tent part. You were like, just let's go out in the woods for no reason.
Well, I mean, yeah. It's going to be sad when I walk out without you, but...
That's enough of the roller coaster world. So we went to... that was a big part of the trip to Louisville. That was the first day.
Never. That's not going to happen with me. It's not going to happen.
I've got to get you on one.
You on that. I will fight you. I am not a fighter, but I will come at you like a ball of teeth and claws.
There are several times throughout the year where Kings Island will give us passes.
I'm not a fighter, and I'm a lover. I'll kiss
free.
you to scare you off.
We have season passes. We have passes, and every once in a while,
good for you.
They give us
hold your purse.
They'll give us a bring a friend,
exit.
and I'm going to bring you.
I'm not a friend anymore.
I'm going to try to get you on something.
No, not a friend anymore. It's over.
So we went and saw some other things down there. We went and saw a pumpkin jack-o'-lantern exhibit. It was called the jack-o'-lantern. It was a very simple name. It was like Jack-o'-lantern Extravaganza. It was in the woods in Louisville. It was in like Bernheim Woods, really close to like where.
Oh, you went to the Burnham Forest, where the Burnham Forest Giants are?
Not that part of it. From what I understand, it was a different part of it. But
if you're in Kentucky, Burnham Forest Giants. I've been
giants made out of wood. But what we saw was an entire forest filled with pumpkins. They were all beautifully carved, painted. We saw ones. They had ones that I loved. There was like Wayne's World. It was Wayne and Garth carved into.
Were they all real pumpkins?
They claim they all were. They claim it was 5,000 real pumpkins. There was one.
Okay, I went to the Cincinnati Zoo that is claiming 6,000 pumpkins. Not that I'm just trying to up your number, but I looked at a lot of these pumpkins, and I don't think some of them were real.
There's one display where I'm pretty sure there was a giant pumpkin at a certain point that was like the centerpiece of like a display. That I feel like that one was fake. But what I also noticed what they do and what they might have done in the zoo at the Cincinnati Zoo, some of the pumpkins, like you carve your face out, right? You carve your triangles and you carve your mouth. What they were also doing was once they carved out the face, it looks like they put like cellophane on the inside, like orange or white or yellow cellophane to capture the light better.
Gotcha.
So that might be contributing a little bit to that it doesn't look real factor.
Yeah.
I wonder. But I also know the one that we went to, it was 5,000 pumpkins, and they said every 2 weeks they start changing them out throughout the season. So they actually have to keep... They're vegetables. They're going to rot. So they actually have to start like switching some of them out.
Or that's just a really, really good way to like make people feel like you got real pumpkins.
What's this pumpkin skepticism coming from?
I don't know. I don't feel like they were real.
I don't trust Big Pumpkin. I don't trust the big pumpkin industry.
So the lady and I, well, the camera and I and the lady went to the zoo. You know me. I love my camera.
Is the camera a lady? Is your camera a lady? Does it have a name?
It doesn't have a name. We got to come up with a name for my camera at some point.
Would you, if you were looking for it, would you think of it in a female tone though? Would you? Is it where is she?
I don't think so. Some of my stuff is more like where is she? I feel like this camera is
where is she?
A bulky boy. I had a car that was a she. I had a car that was a she. It was a PT Cruiser. Just.
So you went to the zoo.
I hate you with a passion. So anyway,
I was driving my girl car.
Yeah, so we went to the zoo. It was awesome. Like
Yeah.
6,000 pumpkins. My favorite story about that though is that supposedly as we're leaving, this little lady comes by me and goes, "Did you find Waldo?" And I'm like, "What?" She goes, "Waldo. He's carved in one of the pumpkins and they move him every day." And like she made it sound like she comes out to the zoo. She might have a membership, maybe it's what she does, but hey, it's something to do. It's something that keeps it different. But they have 6,000 pumpkins. One of them is carved as Waldo, and they move it around the park somewhere, or in the zoo. And yeah, it's I haven't been to the Cincinnati Zoo in a long time, and it's absolutely stunning.
We do
I
have a really
am
good zoo.
not I'm not the biggest fan of some zoos, to be honest with you. I don't like seeing sad animals. I'd rather see sad people. No, I mean I don't know. Like I don't
That's
show me
why
a
we do this show.
yeah, yeah, I'm here to make you sad.
Yeah, get sad.
That's why a moment ago there was 9 people in the chat and now there's 2.
Brendan has a
So
girl car.
I do not anymore. Wait,
That's
what
what
do I
makes
have
us
now?
sad.
My car now feels like
Name it. Name it right now. Give your car a name. 3, 2, 1, go.
it's just the nitro because it's a
The
nitro.
Nitro.
Yeah, yeah, because it's a nitro, and it you remember the guy from American Gladiators Nitro? It's all so cheesy.
Okay, see,
American
I'm okay
Gladiators
with you
Nitro.
saying Nitro. I'm cool with you saying that's my car, Nitro. But to call it the Nitro, that's like dudes who drive a Civic and go, I'm gonna go get in the Civic, or a Must. Yo, let me take you for a ride in the Mustang.
The Mustang.
It's a car.
The Stang.
It's a car.
That sounds yummy. What sounds yummy? I don't know what Bob's talking about.
You're obsessed
Anyway,
with the chat.
I know. I need to get rid of it. No, a second ago, I was just noticing that Bob wanted to challenge us to something, and I think like he is our eternal villain on the video games. He can be our villain on the disc golf course too. We don't mind.
Yeah.
So yeah, the zoo is fantastic. They actually just took out a parking lot for like school buses and stuff because I mean, fuck the kids. And made a 5-acre elephant exhibit, and it's just absolutely fantastic. And it's really cool because they've added like what's called the Overlook Lodge, and you can rent out the second floor, which overlooks the whole exhibit and stuff like that. And they've got the amazing giraffe exhibit where you can feed the giraffes at their eye level and whatnot. But
I will say,
let me tell you one. Let me tell you my favorite.
Though. I agree real quick
Yeah.
though. Fuck the parking lot. If
Yeah.
you've been to that zoo, they have plenty of fucking parking.
Oh
There's
yeah,
like
yeah.
4 other parking lots, so
Right.
put more animals in there. Sorry, go ahead.
Right. No, I'm with you. No, don't put more animals in there. Give those animals more room, each of them, and that's what they're
Yes.
doing. Right now, they're currently working on expanding their bear habitat, and that's going to be awesome. Somebody was really disappointed that there were no polar bears there, and you got to see polar bears.
I got
and
to see
really
polar
mad
bears
about
in
that.
Louisville.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go to Louisville Zoo apparently, but in 2025 we're gonna get a bear exhibit called the Bear something.
The bear exhibit.
Outlook, the Bear Ridge, and it looks like a big mountain for bear, but it's just beautiful stuff
Okay.
they're doing. But I will tell you, the coolest exhibit I've ever been inside of is they have a kangaroo enclosure that you walk through.
Yeah.
Have you been there?
I've been to that. I've seen that.
I-
we have zoo passes, so
I've seen too
seen
many
a lot of that
videos of people getting their asses kicked by kangaroos that I won't lie to you. I was skeptical
They're
the
so
entire time
docile,
we were on
though.
that pit. The entire time we're on that pit, they have to be drugged.
I think they're I don't know if they're I think they're drugged by happiness. They're not raised in those ones aren't raised in the wild, dude.
Yeah, captive kangaroos, maybe.
Yeah.
Because like the whole time I'm like, I'm gonna bend down to get this picture, and I'm gonna get my ass kicked.
So I'm gonna recommend definitely. I'll talk about the Louisville Zoo in a moment, but the Columbus Zoo, especially for photos.
Yeah,
Our zoo is really good. I mean, I would say if our zoo.
I love our zoo for their conservation efforts. They're always
Yeah.
doing random, and they're like trying to repopulate, and I don't know. Everything is like, even their whole fact that they're passing off their bee infestation is, hey, we've got bees here working. Let them do their thing. Well, they're working in the garbage can on that Mountain Dew
So
and that half of it. Yeah. Sorry,
if that,
go ahead.
No, if that zoo's a 10, let's put that zoo at a 10 as the level. I'd say the Louisville Zoo is about a 7 or an 8, but the
Yeah.
Columbus Zoo is probably like a 25. First off, I've
Really?
been twice and I'm still not sure I've seen everything. The lion
Really?
exhibit at the Columbus Zoo, the Africa area, is
Now,
fantastic.
if I'm not mistaken, there's a place in Ohio near Columbus that is a safari park, right? Have you
Very
been there? Do
possibly.
you know?
I haven't been there. That's very
Okay,
possible.
I didn't know if it was something attached to that zoo, but
I don't know. But
supposedly there is a drive-through safari in Ohio.
it might be part of the
Yeah,
zoo because their Africa exhibit stretches for a very long time. They have a lot of
yeah,
giraffes, but their lion exhibit it looks like a part of it looks like a crashed plane that you can actually get inside, and it kind of connects to the enclosure to where you can get inside this plane and the lion will climb on like the wing of the plane and just be chilling there on the other side of some glass. So like it's a really cool
there
exhibit.
shouldn't be a lion on a plane. That doesn't feel like its natural habitat.
Well, it's like the plane is in their area. They make it look like an African, like a little stop you'd see in like a movie. It's pretty cool.
It looks
But
like the plane crashed in the African savannah and the lions have
not
taken over and eaten the pilots.
not crashed. It looks like it might have just been abandoned for a while. It looks like rusted out and abandoned.
That doesn't sound like a natural habitat.
You're focusing too much. You're focusing too much on the quality of the plane. You're like, well, hold on. Why is the plane's busted down?
Wait, is this a Cessna? Hang on, what kind of plane are we talking about?
How many seats were on this plane?
Yeah,
No.
right.
So
I want to hear the black box.
I do highly recommend though going to the Louisville Zoo. Part of the trip was also we went to the Louisville Zoo. We actually went to the Louisville Zoo the morning that we went to the pumpkin patches, the pumpkin exhibit. We went to those on the same day. Polar bears. First off, got a super cool encounter with polar bears, and that was a great example of I would say my
gonna get
overall
me in
experience at the Louisville Zoo. Because here's what happened. Before we went, my wife and I
Before you went.
both talked to people like, "Hey, have you been there?" I'll be honest with you, people kind of talked down the zoo. Like we were expecting it to be very
Columbus?
small. Louisville.
Louisville.
People were expecting it to be very small.
Yeah.
Or telling us, so we weren't expecting a lot. Blown away because of the fact
More than ducks and cats.
well, yes, more than ducks and cats. Amazing animals, but the thing is, it's I wouldn't say
Welcome to Louisville Zoo. We got a mallard.
I wouldn't even say it's smaller like the amount of exhibits they have, like the how many, but
Yeah.
the exhibits were smaller. But what that gave you is honestly, we got really cool animal encounters. Like at one point, we were on the other side of a glass wall where there was like a sleeping snow leopard, and it was rolled over on its back like a kitty, and it was just the coolest experience. And then there was like lions really close to the wall, and everything was really chill. And because it was a little smaller, we got much closer to the animals. Like we got right next to meerkats that were just chilling and
Oh, man.
playing around and everything like
The
that.
meerkats at the Cincinnati Zoo, I immediately said out loud, I need to have one of these. Like they're just
They're show offs when you go see
adorable.
those things at the zoo, man.
Oh man, they are funny. Just give me a little meerkat enclosure because those might have been my favorite. Although penguins also are a personal favorite of mine to watch because they're so amusing. Although
They have a
sea
small
otters,
penguin
tell
exhibit
you what,
there.
the sea otters seem to always have a great time.
The
Oh
sea
man, were they
lions.
funny?
They didn't have sea otters. They had some regular seals, but they had sea lions that were a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I will say, one thing that was interesting there is because they had some conservation things. They had a spider exhibit where you went inside this tent and it was all orb weaver spiders. Are you familiar with orb weaving spiders?
No.
A little bit. Just look up on your phone. Look up an orb weaver spider. You've probably seen them in gardens and things like that. They're a little bit longer legged, a little bit more colorful.
Oh yeah.
They make big, intricate webs, and like they're just really cool. We had a bunch of them in our house in Covington.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah. So they had an entire exhibit of those as pollinators to kind of help with the rest of the zoo. So that was a really neat little thing to kind of go through. But you went through this. You literally walked through a greenhouse that was just covered with spider webs, and there was a guide who was like, duck down here so you don't hit that spider web, and you're like walking underneath these just huge natural spider webs.
Were there people in there just freaking out? Or were there like I would assume most of the
You could
arachnophobes
tell. You
just
could
wouldn't
tell
go
people
in.
would. Yeah, I would. It was set up to
They
where
probably warned people well in advance,
you
like you're
walked
not
up
going to
to it
want
and
to.
saw signs. It was. It was. You knew what you were walking
Yeah.
towards from about 100
Okay.
yards away. And there was a guy right outside explaining what it was and letting you
Welcome to
know.
Spider Hell.
Yeah, like, hey, you're gonna walk through this here, but it was just harmless orb weaver spiders that aren't gonna bother a person. So it was just really
Alvin
cool to see
Kamara's
the
in the
work.
red zone.
This game looks. Let's see, we're in the second quarter, 16-3, Broncos Saints.
Who's winning?
Broncos,
What?
16-3 Broncos. Yeah,
I should have taken the super boost for their quarterback for a touchdown pass and 200 yards, but I really was putting faith in my
he doesn't
Alvin
have the
Kamara.
touchdown pass yet.
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't. Okay.
No, all the touchdowns right now. You've got one rushing. How does that work then?
Anyway, my
These
zoo
stats might
experience
be off.
overall was absolutely a lot of fun. I hadn't been in a long time. There weren't too many sad animals. Things seemed to be very happy. And like I'm one of those people who like I love the animals more than I love the people. And in tribute to this podcast, I got a couple random facts for you. You ready, buddy?
Oh, what do you got?
The oldest running zoo in the world. Do you want to guess what year the zoo dates from?
What
The oldest
year?
running zoo. Oh my gosh, are we live on? Am I making noise on there? I was. My bad.
No, the oldest running zoo.
Oldest running zoo
Yeah,
in the world, not the U.S.
so I'm gonna guess 1800, 18 something, 18. Am I right in the 1800s?
For the oldest in the United States.
Oh, in the United States.
Yes, but not the oldest in the world.
Where is it?
The oldest in the world would be 1700, 1752. The Vienna Zoo in Schönbrunn, which dates from 1752. It's the oldest running zoo in the world. It's still running. The Philadelphia Zoo is said to be the oldest in the United States, which dates from 1874. Do you want to guess what country has the most zoos? This is the one that I thought this is a very cool little fact.
Japan or India?
It's estimated that there are more than 2,800 zoos and aquariums in the world. Germany has 414 registered zoos, the most of any single country.
What?
There are 414 zoos in Germany. That's crazy. The USA has at least 355.
How many How many in Germany?
414 registered zoos. I love that they say registered zoos. Like there's
Right, like there's like
unregistered
that's
zoos that Johann
that's
is going down the
Klaus's.
street.
That's Klaus's zoo.
Klaus's
He
zoo.
hasn't gotten registered yet. He's hoping
Yeah.
one day. He's only got 5 monkeys. Once he gets eight, decliner.
8 monkeys, lots German shepherds. But yeah, so I thought that was an interesting fact there that Germany, I never would have guessed that they love their zoos in Germany. 414. I mean, at least 50 more than the United States, which is much bigger. So yeah.
A
Facts.
lot of zoos in Germany.
You're learning shit.
So I think it's
We've
time
made it
for a
this
beer.
far. We've made it this long and you haven't had a beer yet.
I was gonna say
Time for the beer.
it's time for the beer this week. So we're doing pumpkin beers. At least I'm doing pumpkin beers throughout the entire month of October.
Yeah.
This one's nothing special, so I'm gonna get really just right straight to the point because you have already had this beer. This
Have I?
is
Oh,
Sam
is
Adams
this the
Jacko?
Jacko? I should have grabbed another one. I've still got one in my fridge.
You
This is
originally
the one
thought I had this a few weeks ago.
I said it smells like the most delicious pumpkin pie, but to me, for some reason, it tastes more like Christmas. If
Okay.
that makes any sense, but because I think there's a lot more of the clove and stuff like that. But I think it tastes like a delicious natural pumpkin pie.
So the smell, the nose is definitely pumpkin pie, but specifically, You know when you get a pumpkin pie, how sometimes the very top layer is a little bit darker
Yeah.
than normal, and it has a little bit of that, like sometimes. Okay,
The skin.
the skin, that darker skin on top,
Yeah.
it specifically has the smell of that darker skin.
It's funny that you're having a beer that I had, and I'm having a beer that you had a few weeks ago,
What is that?
because I've got Sam Adams Flannel Fest.
Amazing. So we both bought the same variety pack.
We did
We
both buy the same
bought the
variety
same
pack.
fall. So that means you've also got some Oktoberfests, and you've also got some
I already did Oktoberfest on here. Does that mean next week we're doing just Boston
Lagers.
Lager?
I've already drank the Boston Lagers out of mine.
Oh, I got lucky on that pour.
All right, cheers.
Cheers.
So, ooh,
Flannel Fest is a Munich-style Dunkel, as they say. Dunkels are more of a dark beer. And I will say you definitely get those toasted notes out of the Flannel Fest. Definitely like toasted oats or like an oatmeal. Yeah, but it's a good beer. It's a good. It feels like a German style Oktoberfest winter, heavy but not heavy. It's like it's that bridge between a porter and a lager to me. I don't know. You know what I mean?
100%. And I'm drinking this.
Yeah.
By the way, the pint glass this week, Burial Beer from Asheville, North Carolina. Shout out to Asheville. A lot of the breweries there going through some stuff with all the hurricanes and everything that happened in North Carolina.
Yeah.
If you see North Carolina beer, buy some North Carolina beer.
I'm going with Country Boy Brewing tonight. My reason for that, this is the one that was clean in the dishwasher.
Hey, sometimes I try to put some thought into the glass, but sometimes it's literally the first thing that's clean, the first thing that's in the shelf, because I'm putting stuff in the Buc-ee's cooler to bring upstairs, so I just have to grab whatever's there.
Oh my gosh, is that going to be your random hat?
My random hat.
Weren't we going to draw something randomly out of a hat?
It could be. I could always use this. This is the best multi-purpose. I'm a big, as you know, I buy a lot of Buc-ee's items. One of my favorite is my Buc-ee's cooler.
I've never been to a Buc-ee's. I still think we need a live episode, even if it's just an audio episode of Brendan Goes to Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's Jesus. Good Lord.
I pray to this candle. But the problem is, you're going to get overwhelmed. You're going to... whatever you think it is, it's more. Whatever you're expecting, expect more. Whatever you think you're gonna spend, quadruple it.
Buc-ee's is apparently the amusement park of gas stations. The way that everybody makes it out to be, or is it the mall? Would you say? Because
no,
well, it doesn't really have a food court. It has one food thing, right? Their food.
So I guess it has every kind of food you could want, though.
Really,
you can get brisket, barbecue. You can get barbecue.
I want
sushi. You can get tacos. There's sushi. There's a place over there. There's some pre-made sushi that you can get over in a case. Really? I got some sushi. There's a jerky bar. You want some salad? You want some key lime pie? You want a fucking
my
cheeseburger?
Ass and call me happy.
And then there's like a hot like food place. Hey man, you want a crispy chicken sandwich with some fry sauce and some lettuce and tomato? Great. They'll whip that bitch up for you. Hey, you want fried shrimp po' boy?
Now,
here you go,
time out.
bitch.
No.
What?
We can tell you you're getting aggressive on this pumpkin beer. You're getting aggressive on this pumpkin beer because all of a sudden, like, their motto became, "We'll whip that bitch up for you," or "We'll make that like." Good Lord, like it's just brisket. Calm
Eat this
down.
fudge.
I mean,
eat this fudge, motherfucker. No,
eat this fudge.
They have a fudge counter.
I want you to think about what you just said.
The old ladies at the fudge counter wear the big like bell dresses with their tie in the back with like that. They look like fucking Aunt B and shit. And like,
when you always know the
man,
title of the episode before the end of the episode. Eat that fudge.
eat that fudge.
I mean, if that's not the title of this episode, look at Mike making notes. He's not gonna wait to make a note because he will forget.
I will forget it by tomorrow. So I got to write the episode name down as soon as we come up with it. But no, that's the thing with Buc-ee's is it gives you everything, because there's one section, like there's an entire half of the place, maybe a third of the place, that is your classic gas station style thing, with all the cool that you want a bottle of Pepsi, you need a 6-pack of beer, all of these things they've got, but they have that as long as the eye can see, and they have their own brands of everything. You want Buc-ee's? They have Buc-ee's chips. You want a Perrier?
Is it
they
always
have their Buc-ee's
crowded
Perrier.
and annoying? I don't need that many people.
So,
it's gonna be always packed. With the way that everybody talks about it, I feel like everybody's going there as a tourist attraction. Everyone's posing with the stupid. Is he a chipmunk? What is he?
He's a beaver.
He's a beaver.
He's a beaver.
Bucky Beaver. Okay.
Beaver. So there's gonna be a ton of people there. It's gonna be busy as hell. However, they have it. There's a reason they keep opening them. There's plenty of space. You're gonna walk in the bathroom and be blown away.
It's like Chick-fil-A. Somehow they've figured out how to manage a drive-through. Even though there's 30 people, like it
works.
still works.
Oh, absolutely. You're gonna walk in and go, I can't believe how many people are in here. But you're gonna be able to shop. You're gonna be able to get everything you want. You're gonna be able to check out the bath. There's no line. There's not gonna be a line for the bathroom. It's gonna be the cleanest bathroom you've ever used in your fucking life.
I don't know. I have
It's an
been in the
amazing time.
award-winning bathrooms of Jungle Gyms. I don't know if you've been there before.
I wonder when that award was given. I love Jungle Gyms. I love them with a
It's been a
passion.
minute.
But
Yeah.
I don't know when that award was given, because I use their bathrooms a lot when I go there, and it's all right. It's a
Inside the
bathroom.
porta potty?
It's a bathroom. Yeah, it's just a bathroom. Like, it's all right. Like, I love Jungle Gyms. Don't get me wrong, but I think the bathroom thing has not been updated since the 90s, so it's whatever. Are you about to dump thumbtacks on me or something?
I was wondering if you would make a thumbtack reference. I had the bag all of a sudden. I was moving it to this side of the table. I was like, I wonder if I hold this bag up the way it is right now, if he would call out thumbtacks. That's a wrestling fan. That's nobody else in the world but a wrestling fan would see this and go, thumbtacks.
Thumbtacks. Or
It's
broken
gotta
glass.
be thumbtacks.
Nowadays, broken glass, but originally,
Or Legos.
thumbtacks. Oh, God. I hate the idea of Legos.
Yeah, but if you step on Legos, that hurts.
Yeah, but it's pro wrestling. You don't need Legos.
I know.
Anyway.
No, I'm with you. No, that's my new. I have added this new bag specifically made for a steamer. But
You're going to poop in the bag?
no, Melissa got me a steamer. Oh, wait. No, I'm not pooping. Not that kind of steamer.
Melissa gave you a steamer.
closed
What?
steamer. No, a closed steamer. No, never mind.
What is this?
It's a closed steamer.
You smelled
I've
it.
got booze in it.
So you pooped in the booze bag? I'm so confused.
You took the word a closed steamer.
Steamer.
A closed steamer.
You said a bag
Not-
for a steamer.
A steamer doesn't mean a steamer bean, like a.
In this interaction, you and
If you and I talk about a
you
steamer,
say
it's
steamer,
automatically a poopy.
poop. Yes. Yes.
Maybe
It's
I need to
always
steam
a
my
poopy.
scarves.
Yes, you steam your scarves. I actually do steam my clothes. I steam a lot of my shirts, actually.
I don't iron. I steam. I don't have an iron. I have a
I do
steamer.
both. I do both based on the garment. Like, I'll steam a lot of, like.
You have an ironing board.
Yes, I do. I
Is
get
it a
the
half
ironing
board or
out,
is it the big
full
old
board.
full board?
I got full
board.
I had full thing. I know how to rack the sleeve on the end of it and get the sleeve.
Rack
use
the
narrow.
sleeve.
Yeah.
Listen to you.
You gotta know what you're. Man, come on.
Fucking ironing terminology.
At
and
least
shit.
I don't-
was not expecting that.
No, I grew up fat. If you grow up fat, you at least got to be dressed well. You can't be fat and sloppy as a kid. You got to learn what you're fucking talking about.
Are you gonna be fat or are you gonna be sloppy? You make up your mind.
You can't be both. You can't be fat and sloppy. You can't be smelly. That was the thing growing up. I was fat, so I couldn't be sloppy and I couldn't be smelly. I can, you know what I mean? Like, I can't have all of those things working against me. So, like, I knew not only did I always have
They're gonna
cologne,
stay
but
working for you.
I knew how to change my watch strap. very early, I learned how to do it. Like, I'm gonna buy cool watch straps. And always
Oh,
have
I
a
thought
cool
you meant
watch
because
strap.
your wrist was so fat you had to constantly
What
change
the
your wrist.
fuck?
I thought, why else would you be changing your wrist strap? Who thinks? Why is that even a topic of conversation? Like,
Because you would
of
buy
pride?
cool
Like,
watch straps, and that was cool,
I
right?
thought you were talking about because you were fat still.
No, yeah, I gotta put two together. I gotta tie two watch straps
Like
together.
when the police do the double handcuffs on the big guys.
Jesus.
That's got to make you feel like you're already getting arrested. But when the cop goes, "Hey, hand me a second pair of handcuffs," that's gotta hurt your feelings.
That's the what the fuck? We need another pair of handcuffs. What the fuck? Are you sure?
Oh man,
I've been eating eggs. What are you talking about?
I've been eating eggs.
I've been eating hard-boiled eggs.
Oh man,
But so you got a bag of shots.
I do. I figured from now on, and admittedly peeling the curtain back the way that we do every now and then.
Yeah,
you
we might
and
as
I
well just
went
rip the
down-
curtain down. Anyway,
Yeah. You and I went down to our local biggest liquor store that we could find, and their wall of mini shots, and we each just kind of went crazy and grabbed ourselves a bunch of little shots. Some we might like, some that might be miserable, because we've learned that if there's anything that people like seeing, it's us not happy with a shot.
it's the highest rated thing that we do.
Yep. If
it
we're
gets
unhappy,
most responses.
people are very happy if we don't like the
Yes.
shot that we're doing.
Our
So,
misery is
yeah.
your pleasure. So here we go. All right. So how many options? So I don't have a bag. I have a mesh.
I think I have
basket.
6 or 7 in here.
Actually, you know what? We're gonna use the Buc-ee's thing. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put them all in the Buc-ee's thing.
You're gonna throw them in a cooler?
3, 4, 5, 6. All right, ready?
Yeah. Ooh,
I don't know why I
this is
shook it.
exciting.
All right, you got your bag?
B17.
You got your bag? We
Yeah.
both got. We gotta go at the same time. Ready?
Okay,
All right,
hang on.
ready? 1, 2, 3, pull.
99 sour cherries. 99 proof sour cherry. I do not want. This is one of the things I got because I was like, oh, it's sour. I'm gonna hate this. I love Sour Patch Kids, but I'm not gonna. What did you get?
Soda jerk. Root
Soda
beer
jerk
shot.
root beer shot. See, that might not be bad.
How do you make root beer booze though?
If it's a good, like, you remember Not Your Father's root beer? Were you a fan of that when it came around?
Yeah, I hated it. It was terrible.
Hated it.
Awful.
I didn't mind it. It wasn't terrible, but okay, 99 sour cherry. This is gonna be disappointing. We better be going off the air. Are we playing games? Are we gonna do any like Mario Kart tonight? I want to take you on in Mario Kart again.
We'll see. We'll see if we jump on here in Mario Kart. In a
We'll
little bit.
see. Here
We're
we go.
bringing
Just
games
stay
back.
tuned to Twitch. We'll figure it out.
Life
I'll
is
stream if
busy.
he's not.
Life is busy. But all right, you got what?
I have 99 proof sour cherry.
I've got soda jerk root beer shot. Now mine's only
It's gonna be like 70. You're
70
gonna have
proof.
35%.
70 proof.
You
Nailed
have
it.
35% alcohol. Did I nail it?
Nailed it.
Yeah, that's one of those ones that if you're gonna guess and it's not your typical vodka, rum, gin, your liquors,
70.
which always come in at 80. It's probably gonna
Look at
come
that
in at
interesting
70.
cut in the bottle. See that little dip in the neck?
Why is that?
I don't know. No, I just noticed how bizarre that looked.
All right.
All right.
Does it smell like root beer?
Oh my god. No. Oh no.
Mine smells like a pure bottle of maraschino cherries. Being bartenders, you know the smell of that bottle. You know the smell of that bottle of cherries. That's exactly what that smells like.
This actually also smells like cream, so it almost smells like it's going to be like a root beer float. Like it smells like there's like
Oh,
a vanilla.
see, at this point in the show, I'm not ready for any dairy.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. It's been a good show. It's been fun. I don't want to do this. Can I fake it?
Okay. So,
Oh, it's dusty. Oh,
the dusty fruit's the worst. We got to figure out what that dust is. What cuz it happens a lot with cherry or berry related fruits. What chemical, because that's got to be
I'm not a
something
happy
in the
person.
flavor. What is
Oh,
that?
it tastes like a dusty cherry. Ugh. Oh, that's what old deodorant would probably taste. I don't.
That tastes like you mixed vodka. Just like, hey, I don't know what to. I got nothing to mix my Burnett's, just
That's
original
sadness.
Burnett's vodka with.
That's pure sadness. I'm out. Oh
So they
God, I'm
mixed it
out.
with like bad root beer, not like
Yeah,
A&W or Mug,
yeah.
um, like Fago root beer. I like certain flavors of Fago. This isn't knocking Fago altogether, but Fago root beer specifically was not a good flavor. The
I'm
Rock
doing
and
my
Rod
best
is
to go without a
fantastic.
chaser right now.
No, I'm drinking
It's
this
like
beer.
it's coating my mouth like cherry medicine.
Don't do that to yourself. Drink something.
No, no, no. I'm gonna take
It's
it for a minute.
It's gonna earn his pain, people.
You know what this tastes like? No. It tastes like regretting a podcast, to be honest with you. It tastes like regretting a friendship.
Regret. It tastes like regret.
Can I tell you something real quick?
Yeah.
I'm gonna peel the curtain back for you on my life the last week. Since Condado, I haven't found my credit card. My debit card. That's been my life. I've been fighting that. I got it put on my phone, so I'm just using my phone to scan now. So if anybody sees my debit card, if you could send that to me, that'd be great.
Did you call them?
Condado?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have it.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's not
It's it's always good to end the show on a high note.
Well, we'll try and see if in the next couple weeks we can find Brendan's debit card. If you see it out there, if you see a debit card that says Brendan on it, it says at that dude named Brendan.
There's not that much money
Make sure
on
you
it.
save
If you
it.
buy yourself something, buy me one too.
Once again, I'm Mike.
I'm broke.
Make sure you follow us on YouTube, Twitch, wherever you get your podcasts. We're live once like this every Thursday night about 9 p.m. You can usually catch the episode on anywhere you get your podcasts or YouTube on Saturday morning. We'll see y'all
Twitch.
next week.